Hello, everyone, and welcome to another race in the Super Metroid multi-category extension tournament of 2021. Today we have ProfessorSchool and kashmod in Game 3. They're going to be racing max percent GT code, GT max percent, however you want to say it. Yeah, and I'm Mr. Guy Average. You can just call me MGA for short. And I think we're about to get started soon. Cool. So I guess I'm just going to do kind of a quick synopsis of how this category works, since we're here before. We're going to have 2 minutes of just boring old series. No one really cares about that. So GT Max percent, basically, it's a completionist category, right? The point is we want to collect the maximum amount of items possible without major glitches. And then, of course, the definition of what a major glitch is going to differ from person to person. But what we agreed upon is that a major glitch, at least for the purpose of collecting maximum percentages, using the space-time beam to reset the game and essentially collect the same item over and over again, that's not allowed because that's a major glitch. So instead, we use something called GT code, right? And that's not considered a major glitch. Instead, it's just considered a debug code, right? And that was just something left in by the developers that they just forgot to take out. So GT code is not normally used in a no major glitches category, which is why we have the category 100%, right? Because you're not allowed to use GT code in 100%. Even though it's not a major glitch, but debug code, so use it. So that's why we created this category, right, where you are allowed to use the debug code, and you want to collect as many items as possible utilizing that GT code. So what about the GT code allows you to get more than 100%, right? GT code gives you either 53 of the items or 54 of the items. It's 53. So it replaces your equipment, your item set. So if you went into Golden Teresa's room, right, and you tried to activate this debug code, you would get, let's say you entered it, you entered GT's room with 3 E-tanks and 20 missiles, right? Your equipment will then be replaced with 7 E-tanks, 100 missiles, 20 supers, and 20 power bombs. Now, a similar scenario, what if you entered it with 0 E-tanks and only 5 missiles, right? So you're entering GT with a different item set. But when you activate the GT code, you still get 7 E-tanks, 100 missiles, 20 supers, and 20 power bombs. Which means, right, your item set gets replaced no matter how many items you enter GT codes with, GT's room with. So the point of this category is, well, if you can get to Golden Teresa's boss room, right, with the lowest amount of items possible, then once you execute the GT code, you can go pick up all of the items that you skipped. Yeah, because when you execute GT code, the items are still there, and then the items that you picked up before, I mean, they're gone forever. You can't respawn those items that you picked up before you executed the GT code. So you basically want to leave Zebus as untouched as possible until after you've executed it. And then also another little minor thing, it actually doesn't matter how many major items you collect because those only set yes or no flags, and you can't set a yes flag multiple times. So it's not going to be like, oh, you set this flag yes 3 times. So we're going to increase the item percentage 3 times. It's just a yes or no. So yes is 1, no is 0, and that's it. But minor items like missiles, supers, power bombs, E-tanks, reserve tanks, ones that there are multiples of, that actually increases the item percentage. Those are not yes or no. They are counters. And yeah, so that was the explanation. Took 5 minutes, but there you go. And now we're out of the early game. This is where this category diverges from most other categories. After we get bombs and we beat Bomb Torizo, we're gonna actually be skipping that first E-tank that you normally see everyone grab, right? Very clean kill from ProfessorSchool, getting back a lot of time there. So yeah, with the kind of low percent style early game, and then you have the completionist late game. This category is actually, I think, one of the most interesting in Super Metroid, because you really get a mix of strategies, a mix of kind of ammo conservation, how do you survive, and then you get a lot of swag strats. You get all these movement items, and you can just go through the entire game blazing, just collecting items. It really shows a lot of what Super Metroid has to offer. It's pretty awesome. And both of our runners successfully skipped the Terminator E-Tank. I know everyone, including these runners, have accidentally grabbed that at least once in practice or in a run. It's actually deceptively difficult. If you don't do the room exactly right, it's really easy to just get knocked back by a waiver and then you accidentally pick up the E-Tank. It's no fun. Alright, and so we're going to see which safeties our runners are going to grab. Like I said before, since major items are only yes or no, you can actually pick any amount of major items that you want, like Charge Beam, and they're both going to grab it, so yeah. Charge Beam is extremely helpful in the early game. Because you can only get 5 missiles, so either you have to constantly be farming extra missiles to be able to use them, or just get Charge Beam and you won't have to use any missiles. So, ooh, ProfessorSchool shooting 2 extra supers. That's not good. He's really gonna want to farm some. Should have farmed the Cax, but super situation not looking too good right now. Nice farm strat though. Didn't get the RNG you wanted, but that was good. So they're forced to reset if they pick up that E-Tank. You can't there's no like later E-Tank to grab. So yeah, it's rough for sure. Yeah, so the amount of minor items that you can grab is extremely strict. Like you can't grab more than the maximum. It's like playing low percent. Like, you can't do low percent +1, right? Like low percent is low percent. So that's the kind of volatility of this category. You really just can't grab extra items. Unfortunate. Cool. I didn't actually notice how ProfessorSchool got his supers back, but he got them all back and he's ahead now, so good for him. Already back and forth between these two runners. They had an excellent all bosses race. I think it was 2 days ago or something. They were very, very close. Kashmod gets the quick kill. Let's see if ProfessorSchool can recover this. Ooh, nice. Okay. A little slow, but still recovered the quick kill. We got the stand-up skip. The Screeze drops supers? Oh my gosh. That's like a 4% drop for each. That's insane. Really lucked out there. Yeah. So in a room like this where ProfessorSchool is right now, having Charge Beam really helps in case Cray doesn't drop a lot of missiles. Because you can just use Charge Beam to kill those pirates pretty quickly. So that's just kind of the part of the consistency of grabbing Charge Beam. It still is slower overall, but Charge Beam is such a nice safety to have. Really makes the run very consistent. And you don't have to rely as much on missile drop RNG and the like. Successfully skipping high jump E-Tank. I know that's also another one that many runners have issues skipping. So yeah, high jump is also another nice safety to have. Even more important than grabbing charge beam, I would say. You can skip high jump, but there's like basically all of the rooms are going to be different. And if you're not very practiced in those rooms without having high jump, you're going to lose more than 30 to 40 seconds, which is what it takes to grab high jump boots. So yeah, high jump boots is also a very, very nice consistent item to have. Nice top shelf from Cash, I think. I think he did top shelf. Rising Tide. Yeah, so here in Bubble Mountain, if you don't have high jump boots, you can't actually do that wall jump that both of the runners did. Well, you can, but it's not in the same way. So you have to do like a 1 to 2 frame perfect jump on the right side to get up there. So it's really tight. And high jump just makes that easier. So if you fail that wall jump without high jump boots, like let's say 3 or 4 times already, then you've lost like half of the time that it takes to go get it. So yeah, I would say if you're not ultra consistent with a wall jump, like you should just go for it. Go for grabbing high jump boots. Oh yeah, so speed booster is basically if you're doing gravity route, which is going up to wreck ship to grab gravity suit in order to do the lava dive. There's also you can skip gravity suit, but then you have to do an extremely difficult lava dive with 0 E-tanks. Like, that's pretty difficult. It's like double frame perfect or something. I'm not sure. Your positioning has to be extremely precise. So if you can't do that lava dive, then most of the runners are going to go up to grab gravity suit. And if you're going to grab gravity suit, you are probably going to grab speed booster too, because you want to. You can't do CWJ or HBJ, like in new route any percent, right? Where you see how everyone goes to Fantoon early in the first 10 minutes of the run. The problem is you have to grab the moat missiles to do that trick. And since this is max percent, you don't want to grab any extra missiles than the required. You either have to do a really stupid bomb jump that only one person that I know of does, right? Or you just grab speed booster. So, and then you can just shine spark over the moat. And the really clean red tower by Professor. Now they're back to neck and neck. The sink. Let's go. So yeah, there's like a million different. I guess I didn't really realize this until before, or right now, but there's actually a lot of different routes you can take for max percent, which makes it really interesting. You can choose to grab high jump, or you don't choose to grab high jump. You can grab speed booster, or you don't grab speed booster. You do the really stupid bomb jump over moat, or you don't. And then you can grab gravity, or you just do the lava dive. So many different things you can do in this category. For the early game, at least. And then once you're done with the early game, then the late game route is mostly the same. It's just kind of like it's like a boss rush, but with the items. You just figure out the fastest route to get all of the items, because you already have every item in the game. So every major item, I guess I should say. And yeah, both of these runners taking that red tower save, extremely important, because Fantoon can be really mean. Zero E-tanks is pretty brutal. They do have Variosuit, so the fight's not extremely difficult, but it's still really hard because you can't take more than like 3 flame hits or you're dead. Yeah, ProfessorSchool falls in the ocean there. Doing this with high jump boots on is it's very awkward. Just this room alone is kind of why I like to skip high jump boots. This is the only place where like actually skipping high jump boots makes life easier, because then your jump height is shortened, and it makes those jumps easier. Nice speedball from Cash. Let's see Professor get it. Let's go. 2 speedballs into Fantoon. Swag strats. So yeah, this fight's going to be pretty technical. You want to get missile drops from these flames. But if you have 5 missiles, the eyes are not going to drop any missiles. So in order to maximize the amount of missiles you can get in each Fantoon round, you actually want to have 4 missiles like loaded, right? And then you're going to shoot all the flames and they're going to drop missiles like everywhere in the room, in the boss room. And then once Fantoon's eyes open, then you want to unload 2 and 2. And then there's going to be missiles scattered all across, right? So you can grab those missiles and then you have 5, hopefully. And then you can get a 5 missile Doppler rather than a 1 missile Doppler, right? If you had a 5 max. So it's a lot of ammo management while trying to dodge all the flames and Fantoon. It's really, really complicated. And Fantoon is dead for Professor and Cash. GG. I think it was either 4 round or 5 round for both. I'm not sure actually. Those are actually, I mean, that's a good Fantoon. Anytime you can survive Fantoon in this category is GG. But yeah, trying to balance like not having full missiles and then shooting the flames, hoping to get missile drops. Also avoiding them at the same time, avoiding Fantoon. It's a big mess. But I guess that's part of what makes the category fun. If you do gravity route, I mean, if you skip gravity suit, then who cares? You're not gonna fight Fantoon. Professor going for the blue suit strat. Ooh, almost. He almost had it. That was nice. That's the I think he was going for the 100% strat. You like get hit by the blue, you get hit by the electricity, and if you unmorph, you actually keep your blue suit because of the knockback. It like conserves your momentum. I'm not like 100% on how it works technically, but basically if you get hit and you unmorph, you keep your blue. So it's really cool. I think yeah, Cash ran out of missiles. That's kind of what makes the blue suit strat so nice. You don't have to kill the enemies with ammo. So if you have bad RNG, you can just, run right through them. But he makes it through alive. Attic is very dangerous, so making it out alive is nice. With high jump boots and speed booster and various suit, bowling actually isn't too dangerous. You can actually even fall down, not even get the first jump, and you'll still be alive. Yeah, as long as you don't make anything like too drastic of a mistake, like I don't know, deboosting backwards, I guess would be really, really bad. But yeah, Cash makes it through. Very nice. Alright, if you have less than 90 health, then you want to have a good bowling. You only want to take 2 hits. If you have more than 90 health, then you can take an extra hit and you'll be fine. It's not too bad. Alright, so both of our runners still alive. Made it out of wreck ship. They got their gravity suit. And now we're going to be doing the most important part of this run. The GT code. That's what we did all of this preparation for, skipping all the items, right? Like going through such painstaking detail to skip all of the items, do a low percent fight. All of this so we can do the GT code. Oh no, not the crabs. Where'd he save? Oh, Red Tower. Now he's gonna have to do the Phantoon fight again. That sucks. Yeah, I probably lost like 8 seconds maybe, or not 8 seconds, 8 minutes. He might not be out of it though. Although I don't want this to happen, Professor School could mess up the green gate glitch quite a bit. Yeah, the runners know who their opponent are, and they can also watch the stream. This isn't randomizer, so I'm pretty sure they know what's going on. I would assume so. I also hate crabs. Crabs suck. So here's the reason why we grab gravity suit. You can do this lava jump or this gravity jump. Like utilizing the gravity suit where you start with a really high acceleration and then you turn off gravity suit mid jump, and you have now a slow deceleration because of lava physics, how it works suitless. So if you start with a high acceleration and then you have a slow deceleration, you have like an extremely high jump, like how Professor School just did. Oh no. Well, Professor School gets the Green Gate glitch, but yeah, Cash dies again to Phantoon, so... Or not Phantoon, sorry, my bad, the Ghost. Unfortunate. Well, it looks like kashmod forfeited from the race, so that Professor School definitely did see. And since he made it through Green Gate glitch and the GT code, there's not much that could possibly happen for him to also have to forfeit, I guess. All he has to do is just finish. There's not, yeah, I can't really think of anything where you would actually die, but you could soft lock. Um, there are few things that could end your run, so thanks to the GT code, we're granted, after all of our troubles, right, of having to do this low percent early game, we're granted with 7 E-tanks, like I said, 100 missiles, 20 supers, 20 power bombs. And then also, even though you can't see it, we have grapple beam and X-ray. I'm not 100% on why it doesn't show up. I think it's like you're given grapple beam and X-ray, but the flag to make them visual only happens when you grab the item itself. And since we didn't grab the item, we were just given it, we were granted it. It doesn't show up on our equipment screen. So it's like a technicality, I guess. And then we have all of the major items except for screw attack. And then you just grab screw attack in the room right next to you. So it's no big deal. And then ProfessorSchool had to do one loop back around to get the missile above GT, since there's a crumble block there. You can't really grab it before because of space jump. The statue before Golden Chorizo, the intended way, is actually locked by space jump. It's a weird requirement. I'm not really sure, but I guess that was the dev's way of forcing you to get space jump first. Which I don't know, like, what kind of crazy lunatic would try to go into Lower Norfair without space jump, right? No one would do that. Another death. Unfortunate. Yeah, Fantoon's rough, man. Fantoon certainly is rough in this category. 0 E-tanks, 5 missiles, only very suit. 99 HP. Yeah, so I guess, Fantoon haters rejoice. If you want to run this category and you see kashmod, right, already dying 3 times, I think, and you're like, I'm not going to run max percent. It's too hard. I can't die like this all the time. Well, guess what? I have a solution for you, future max percent runners. All you have to do is do an extremely precise wall jump into another extremely precise wall jump into a very difficult bounce, or I don't know, try to make it sound really bad. Basically what I'm saying is you can do a really stupid lava dive wall jump and you can skip having to go into wreck ship and grab gravity suit. So there you go. I have your solution. So you guys run max percent GT code. It's free. Just do the lava dive. Forehead. Easy world record. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nice spring ball strat from Professor. I like that a lot. It looks really cool. Got the Wasteland Speedball. Very nice. So yeah, once we're out of Lower Norfair, here's where the route kind of really diverges from 100%. So far this has basically been 100%, so I assume for a lot of you it's nothing different. But yeah, once we're out of Lower Norfair, it really kind of opens up, right? We still have to defeat all the bosses. We still have to defeat Mother Brain, right? Because it's the point of the category, beat the game, with added restrictions. So we actually have 3 bosses down, actually. Okay, never mind then. So there aren't actually that many bosses to kill. We have Kraid, we have Phantoon, we have Ridley. So basically it's like, how do we route in killing Dragon and then also collect all the items and still get to Turian and Mother Brain? How do we do it? And you'll see shortly. Nice lagless strat from Professor. That's something I actually need to learn. It's kind of interesting. This room that Professor's in right now lags a lot because of these key hunters. Their RNG is like calculated every frame, I think, and they move off screen. So the game is taking up so much processing power just having those key hunters in the room. So it's like if you do that plasma shot in a specific spot, it actually doesn't lag the game because the I don't know, the shot goes off screen, so it doesn't have to like keep drawing the shot, but it's, even though it's off screen, it still hits the block. It's an interesting strat for sure. Oh yeah, so it's calculating their AI every frame. They actually they take up 2 enemies each key hunter. It's actually the wings and then the body itself, and then the wavy background apparently, right? Like the graphics effects in the back, and then yeah. So there's a lot of stuff happening there. The game's just like, okay, too much. 6 spark and Dade, yeah. Yeah, that spark, there's a cool little setup there to normalize your subpixel positioning. Because if you actually have the wrong subpixel position, you can very easily bonk the slopes. It's kind of like magnet stairs in series, if you guys know what that is. It's like magnet stairs, but for a shine spark. If you like shine spark into a slope, you like bonk it. If you have the wrong positioning. Okay, let's see. Yeah, don't lay the power bomb. I did that actually in my race of a max percent GT code. You don't actually want to lay the power bomb there like you usually do in 100%. Because we're gonna go back through Cathedral the way we came. And why are we going this way, you ask? Well, because of one item. One pesky little item that the devs thought you could grab without gravity suit, even though it's in lava and it's hidden. So most people are like, where the heck is this item? How do I grab it? And they're like, oh, you can actually grab this item in your first visit through Cathedral with your low item set low health, and no gravity suit, so you're constantly taking damage. Yes, you can grab this item, and you should have grabbed it before, long time ago. And ProfessorSchool just actually gate glitched that missile through the block. That was funny. He had too much speed. GG. Oh, the backup, the backup. Too fast. What are you talking about? I know, right? Imagine being too fast in Super Metroid. It's unimaginable. And now we get to see our good old pal Crocomire. Alright, this is actually a very difficult and complex fight. Basically, what you have to do is charge a shot and fire it. I know, very complicated fight. If you didn't catch all of that, you can also look up tutorials online. There's a lot of stuff covering Crocomire, hours and hours of detail of how to fight Croc because he's a very tough fight. And yeah, there you go. Basically, if you have Plasma Beam, you hit Crocomire for every frame, so he just gets destroyed. Plasma is OP, basically. So what is GT Max percent? I'm going to do a quick synopsis of my quick synopsis from earlier in this stream. Basically, what you want to do is grab the least amount of items possible. And then you want to go to Golden Torizo, which is a boss in Lower Norfair. And you want to execute the debug code called GT code. And this debug code, right, which is not considered a major glitch, you use it, and then you collect all of the items that you skipped before going to GT's room. And that's how you get the maximum percentage in this game without major glitches, which is 135%. The way it works is just GT code replaces your item set. So it doesn't matter how many items you entered Golden Torizo's room with, because you're going to be given the same items no matter what. So why bother grabbing extra items if you're just going to lose it, right? You want to grab the lowest amount of items so you can get the maximum amount of items after you execute the GT code. And you don't need to grab major items. Because major items are just yes or no checks. They're not measured by quantity. It's just a yes or a no. So it's a 1 or a 0. It's nothing more, nothing less. Yeah, kashmod forfeited. He unfortunately died to crabs, and then he died to Phantoon. Because you get 0 E-tanks going up to wreck ship and then coming back down. So it's very difficult, very dangerous, section. All right, and ProfessorSchool is out of Norfair. And he remembered to get the high jump items. I know those two items are very easy to skip there. I've definitely skipped them before. And then he's also going to grab crate item, that's right. GG on finding the hidden missile that most players would never find. It's a good way, that crate missile there is a good way to troll a casual player. Because how often are you going to go back into Kraid's lair and powerbomb a very inconspicuous spot, you know, like... Who does that? Who X-rays every block in the game? Crazy people, that's who. Professor is so smart. Exactly, that's why he's professor. He knew that missile was hidden there somehow. I guess it was a way for Kraid to get back at us. He was like, "All right, well, you do the quick kill on me, huh? You're just not even gonna let me stand up? Well, guess what? I'm gonna hide a missile in the lair, and you'll never find it because it's very well hidden." And then I say no. I'll find it. And then there's also another hidden missile that most people miss, but, you know, we don't talk about that one. Grab supers. You know, I just realized there's so many locations that are hidden. You speedrun this game for so long and you just kind of just do it. You don't even think about it. Getting beach items now? Okay. There is a trick in wreck ship, right? When we have to come back and grab the items there. I don't think Professor's gonna go for it. He really doesn't need to, right? Because he could really take an infinite amount of time and still win, but there's a trick called bowling skip in wreck ship, where you can skip having to go through the bowling statue cutscene again. Right, and it involves having to do a crystal flash. So generally, if you want to do bowling skip, you leave these items for later, because you can take a bunch of extra hits through this section, and you're not going to really lose any time because taking hits are like it's basically required. You can't really avoid some hits. And yes, to do Crystal Flash, you need to have less than 50 health and no reserves. And since this is max percent GT code, you have like, I don't know. How many do you have here? 14. You have 14 E-tanks. So you have 1400 health. So you need to lose 1350 in order to do the Crystal Flash. So you have to take a lot of hits to nail the skip. It takes a lot of preparation for sure. Oh yeah, so what Professor is doing, or he missed it, but basically if you fire a charged plasma shot on Batoon, and then you X-ray, you can actually let the invulnerability frames of Batoon like finish, right? So he's no longer invulnerable while you're X-raying, and then you let go of X-ray, and your shot is still there, right? It doesn't continue moving on, so it damages Batoon again, and then you like sort of half pause the game again by X-raying. You let the invulnerability frames run out, and then you X-ray again, and you just keep rinsing and repeating, and you can damage Batoon multiple times with the same shot. So saves a lot of time. And you can also do it on Dragon, and you can do it on Fantoon. I think you could technically do it on Croc, but like, what's the point? Because he doesn't even have iframes. Croc doesn't get iframes from shots. Gonna go for the spicy spike suit. Getting spike suit here is actually like way more difficult than in a standard like any percent run because you have spring ball. So you actually have to unmorph with up and then press jump. You can't just mash the jump button. Yeah, so it requires very specific timing. I think he almost had on that one. I think he unmorphed on the correct frame, but so yeah, the spike suit here, I think saves like 4 or 5 seconds maybe. I don't remember. It's not like a huge deal. But if you are doing bowling skip, you really want to get the spike suit. Because when you're doing a shine spark, you lose health. So it just, adds to the setup, I guess. Really helps you with your health management. Ooh, almost had the short charge there. It's a very swag one. Now we're going down the sand pits. One of the worst parts about Meridia routing. These sand pits are one-way trips, so you have to go all the way down, and then you have to come back all the way up, back into the room that you started in. It just takes a huge detour. It makes Meridia really annoying. If these sand pits didn't exist, Meridia wouldn't be regarded as one of the worst areas in the game. Among other things, too. There's like a million tricks that you have to nail in Meridia to save time. Kind of awful. Successfully doing the Shack Tool skip. Good job, Professor. Not just automatically defaulting to Hundo muscle memory. The worst area, yeah. Going for the gate glitch. Nice. Third try, I think. You don't actually have to do that specific gate glitch. You can go up the tube and do it kind of like how 100% does it, where you go up the tube and then you go around the right side of Meridia to get back to the sand pit. But since we don't have to get plasma beam, technically doing that gate glitch is around 7 seconds faster due to door transitions and just better routing. I like to take credit for discovering that route. Thank you very much. Where's my accolades? Where's the applause? I discovered all the routes. Yes. I've been running this game since 1994. Get on my level. Even though I wasn't alive in 1994. Still. I discovered it in the womb. I discovered it in conception. Thank you for the clappa, John. I appreciate it. I like that. The clappa. What was my womb APM? What is APM? Sorry for not knowing all the lingo. I'm just a nerd. Actions per minute? Oh, I don't know. I mean, if I was coming up with all these routes in 1994, I mean, my APM was probably like 10,000. 10,000 actions per minute. Let's go. It was through the roof, bro. Seems legit. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice we were done with Meridia. My bad. I should be commentating this race. Yeah. So, also I'll just touch upon the last item in Meridia. So the Main Street missiles, in 100%, you know, generally you grab that first. But in max percent GT code, you want to leave it for last, because you actually can grab it the intended way, which is like, I think 2 seconds faster, because you don't have to do an insane short charge. You just do the intended, you know, normal charge, not a short charge, just a normal charge. And then you can do a shine spark up to get those Main Street missiles, and then it helps with the routing because then you can just escape through the top. So it's kind of a nice optimization. And then we go through the exit and, you know, ready to escape, and then we're in Red Tower. You grab those items. Very easy to forget, like alpha power bombs and beta power bombs, because, you know, you usually don't really do that in any other category. Yeah, how did kashmod finish in 36 minutes? He god routed. Yeah, kashmod just beat the world record by 30 minutes. That's how free it is. Oh yeah, so if you work to do bowling skip, like I mentioned before, you actually grab the wreck ship reserve and the missiles below bowling right now, right before you even enter like the main wreck ship shaft. You do the crystal flash clip, and then you grab those 2 items, and then you come back into here, and I'll show where the main time save is if you did the bowling skip route. Once Professor is done with this collection. Wreck Ship is really cool in my opinion. I think Wreck Ship is probably I would say maybe like the second most fun area in max percent GT code, other than Brinstar. Brinstar is always cool. It's just, you know, Brinstar is Brinstar. You got Pong? Ooh. Pong. Spoilers, Professor. We're not there yet. Okay, here's Pong. It's coming. Okay, bounce. Okay. Bop, bop. Nice. Nice spike room of death there. Utilizing the full potential of Spring Ball. The opposite of ping, yes. Ping pong. Oh, yes, of course. Do it again. Alright, Professor, you're back in the spike room of death. Do it again. Ooh. Not enough speed. You could skip any item in max percent, which would it be? Dude, that's a good question. GT missiles is a really annoying one to do. What else? Maybe one of the... No, that wouldn't make any sense. Yeah, I would say maybe GT missiles. I think GT missiles is the most annoying one to grab. The one time you don't actually have to kill every enemy in an attic. Usually that does not happen. Yeah, Professor. That is a Professor School patented strat, as far as I know. It is very similar to the 100% strat, but yeah, there's a slight variation in that you use Spring Ball. Professor School. That's all that require. All that requires is a one letter change, and it means something completely different. I'll let you figure out which one that is. Yeah, we also need to track down who designed Attic. And when I write the angry email, I'm gonna use Google Translate because, you know, they speak Japanese, so some of the anger will probably get lost in translation. I'll just put that as a side note. I don't even know what Eurovision is, so my bad, Tyson. Do haha ping pong again. Oh yeah, so what Professor School just did, the bowling section. Basically you can actually skip all of that if you did bowling skip, right? Which is why it's called bowling skip. So in that route, the last item you get is the item right above here in West Ocean in the sky. Once you grab those items, once you grab that item in the sky on top of West Ocean, then you actually just fall down the crumble blocks and you don't even have to go to the right into bowling. Saves, I think, almost a minute. I don't remember. It's been a while since I tested it, but... Play haha ping pong. Going for the wraparound? Nice. There's also another cool strat that Susraim, I think, made up. And he calls it... He calls it hard poops, which is a variation of soft poops, which is also another strat that someone else came up with. I'm not sure who. I think the first time I saw it was Sweetnum who did it, but I don't even know if he came up with it. Basically, hard poops. You space jump into Gauntlet, and then you use Spring Ball, and yeah, you use Spring Ball to get through the entire Gauntlet section, which I think is a little faster, but it's extremely difficult to nail off. Oh, haha, ding dong. Gotcha. Successfully did not fall in top of Gauntlet there. Got both of those missiles. Very well done. You actually don't lose that much time if you fail Gauntlet because you can just, you know, come back around when you're done. See, and that's where the counterclockwise Brinstar cleanup sucks, bans. Because if what happens, bans, what happens if you fall and you miss one of the missiles in Gauntlet? If you did counterclockwise, you would be losing more time when you have to go back and grab it. But if you did clockwise, then you would lose less time. There, proof. Proof. Don't miss. What? What? I don't get it. Just don't mess up. Have we found the GT big key yet? Well, here's the thing. This is Super Metroid. So there are no keys. And yeah. I haven't been playing it right. Oh, my bad. Were there actually keys in Super Metroid this whole time and I just never knew? Where are the keys at, dog? Nice space jump. Almost had it all the way through. That would have been pretty cool. Key sanity. Imagine willingly wanting to play a randomized version of a combo of Super Metroid and Zelda 3 where you actually didn't know which items went where or which keys go to which dungeon. That sounds like so much fun. I would totally love to have to search for keys everywhere in the map and take 8 hours to finish a seed. Yeah. Ack rando? Like a randomi like So basically it's like randomizing which hack you play of a wait. Randomizing which randomizer of a hack to play. Yes. Yeah, I'm with authority here. Let's just make a new game. But Super Metroid is the best game ever made. I don't want to stop playing Super Metroid. Let's just keep adding more stuff and more things to Super Metroid. So I can still feel so I don't have to feel empty inside. Cuz I want more Super Metroid. More Super Metroid. No other game, just Super Metroid. Let's just keep adding more stuff. Nintendo, please release a DLC for Super Metroid 30 years after it's been released. Thanks. Love MGA. Dread. And before Dread actually is a Super Metroid DLC, that'd be funny. They would be like, "Oh, guys, actually, Metroid Dread isn't going to be released for the Switch. You're gonna actually have to buy a Super Nintendo, a copy of Super Metroid, and this expansion pack where you put Metroid Dread in, and then you get a DLC for Super Metroid." Thanks, Nintendo. Oh, also, we're gonna be putting a DMCA on every ROM hack ever released. So you're not allowed to play any other ROM hack besides the one that we have officially released called Metroid Dread. Yeah, sounds like fun. Yeah, it definitely could happen. That's why what I said is just feasible. I wouldn't say something outlandish, would I? Nintendo would totally do that. Nice. ProfessorSchool got that space drum strat. It's actually kind of precise. It looks, because you want to align with the top of that door shell there. so you land perfectly on the pillar to where you can moonfall. It's a pretty nice setup. Nice. Dude, Tyson. Okay, actually, big brain idea, guys. Everyone who's a fan of Super Metroid, okay, let's just pool all of our money together. Everyone here on SpeedGaming 2, www.twitch.tv/SpeedGaming2, all of you guys who are watching, you're all fans of Super Metroid. Get all of our money together, and we're going to buy the rights to the Metroid franchise, and then we'll be able to bust out all of the Super Metroids we want. We're only going to be releasing modified versions of Super Metroid and more Super Metroid DLCs. Let's go. That's it. That's all we're going to be doing. Heck yeah. Spread the word, guys. Spread the word. Let's buy the Metroid franchise. We can DMCA the DMCAs. Like, no, you're not allowed to do that anymore. And ProfessorSchool got the second to last item in the game. However, this is no longer called 230 missiles. This is 325 missiles because of GT code shenanigans. So petition to rename 230 missiles to 325 missiles. Who's with me? I think that should be called 325 missiles. It's more accurate, you know. And now we officially have the last item to collect, the Terminator E-Tank. The one we skipped that was actually, oh, you know what, I just realized? That's the first item you skip in this category, and it's the last item you get. Pretty cool, right, guys? Go mode. We're go mode, guys. Go mode. Cool, ProfessorSchool within 40 seconds of PB. Let's go. Let's everyone root for ProfessorSchool. Listen, Professor, all you got to do, right, is have perfect Metroid rooms. Perfect RNG. Okay? You get Spring Ball Baby Skip. You get First Try Sub Skip. And then you have perfect Mother Brain 1 fight, perfect Mother Brain 2 fight, perfect RNG in the cutscene. Okay? And then you have a perfect Mother Brain 3 fight in the stand-up. And then you get every trick in the escape. You have movement that is better than Zost's. And you can PB. Seems easy to me, so I think you can do it, guys. Wow, that was actually a really good Metroid Room 1. See? He was listening! That Room 1 was pretty sick. Okay, let's see. Does it get Room 3? Oh, so close. Room 4? Okay, he cracked under the pressure, my bad. I'll take the blame on that one. I'll take the blame. Guys, I don't think you just realized what happened. ProfessorSchool got a frame-perfect input in order to drop that bomb spread midair. I think we're watching a legend in action. ProfessorSchool can do frame-perfect inputs. Not that I know of, Coot. I think he's always been called Professor School. He only started running last year, like last year in a few months. So yeah, he's pretty new. But you know, with how new he is, he's made a lot of progress in the last year or so. Really good runner for his experience. Good Mother Brain 1. Let's see, will Mother Brain 2 play nice? Oh yeah, so with stand-up in max percent GT code, it's a little bit different because you have like a million E-tanks. You can't even see it, right? Because the E-tanks go off screen. Like, doesn't even register. You have more than 14. And then also in addition to that, when you're doing the stand-up glitch, the Metroid is gonna have to refill all of your health. So the cutscene is really long. It's longer than the 100% cutscene. So there's actually not as much manipulation you can really do in the fight. Alright, so successfully got the stand-up. Let's see if you can avoid soft walking. It's pretty easy to soft walk. All you have to do is just look right, and you're dead. Well, you look right on the wrong time. If you do get stuck in the ground when you're looking left here, you can actually X-ray. And X-ray will get you unstuck. So, bless X-ray. I guess now we know why people regard X-ray as the best item in the game. Stand-up is, if we're looking at just like getting all the shots on Mother Brain, in max percent, stand-up is really easy because, you know, you have so much time to get all the shots in. The rules are get all of the items possible in the game by utilizing GT code and not using major glitches. So basically, the maximum amount of items we can get in this game by using GT code is 135. They grow up so fast. I mean, if we're talking about lore here, the reason why the baby Metroid didn't kill Samus is not because it's her mother, her figurative mother. It's actually because it's her biological mother. And if you want to see the proof, there is none. GG to Professor School. And he finished with an official time of 1:23:44. Yay! Oh, whoops! I just realized. All right. Let's see if we can get Professor in for an interview. Yo, Professor, GG on the race.
Yo, MGA, what's up, dude?
What's up, man?
Thank you so much for comms, and thank you for the GGs.
Yeah, how did you feel about that race? Or, your performance, how'd it go?
Yeah,
Overall?
I think it went pretty well. I was plus 35 on my PB. My Turian was smoking hot, except for room 4. And I saved twice and took a lot of race safeties. My plan coming in was this is my category to lose. I'm mainly a 100% runner. There's a lot of time to make up if things go wrong in the early game. I just need to be safe, stay alive, make it past Fantune. So I put a lot of safeties in, took a lot of more risky strats out that could save me time, but if I'm only hitting them 10, 15, 20% of the time, I just dropped them. So that was it. That was the plan. I wish I had a chance to really grind out an exciting race 3. I feel really bad for Cash. He just struggled with that early wrecked ship stuff. But full credit to Cash for an absolutely incredible matchup. I really, really worked hard to prep for this one because I knew that he was vastly underseeded and is going to be absolute chaos for whoever ends up drawing him in the redemption bracket.
Definitely, yeah. You guys were neck and neck like the whole time, until that unfortunate death. Like it was just back and forth. So, yeah, you guys were a great match. Even with game 1, game 2, really close races. So yeah, GG.
Yeah, thank you. And I will say, I'm up 2-1 in this one, but Cash got me in the consolation pool play in the GT Classic tournament with an absolutely exceptional run, which I think also PB'd. Like, the dude is incredible. He plays so consistently, so often, and it's just like something big happens, and that's the reason why something goes wrong. But like his movement and everything he does is really, really consistent. But I'll say we're 2-2 now, so I'm looking forward, Cash. I don't know if you're still in chat, if you're listening. I am looking forward to that rubber match at some point. I will see you down the line in another tournament, and we will get our decisive matchup.
Yeah, that'll be exciting for sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you have anything else to say? I think we can just wrap this up.
Yeah, I think so. You're about to see it on your screen. I don't think it's really a spoiler at this point, but I just confirmed 135% on my end. So
Awesome.
what can I say? I'm really happy. I mean, there's a big elephant in the room here, MGA, because you're on comms and you're clearly just, I mean, obviously you're being a nice guy and you're filling in the comm slot, but you're here to scout your next opponent, are you not?
Yeah, dude, yeah. I'm scouting my opponents. Yeah, I'm sizing you up, brother.
All I
No
can
regret.
say, all I can say ahead of our race is I am really excited that I got through this really tough matchup against Cash because I wanted nothing more than when I saw the brackets to play you in the front door semis. I'm really excited about this. I mean, you're clearly the top runner. You're a better player than I am, but I am gonna prep and I'm gonna give you hell, and I'm really looking forward to having a good time with my buddy in a best of 3 race.
Yeah, and you need redemption from that GT Classic race too.
Oh my god, it's the worst too because we played each other, and
Yeah.
what did you miss GGG like 4 times on resets, and
Dude,
then I had to
it was
farm
absurd.
seahorses for 20 minutes.
No, I missed it like 8 times. It was absurd.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah.
nuts race, man. I think you finished with like a 42 or something like that, right? It was a nuts time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just went on to crush it the rest of the tournament. So GG to you on that. Yeah, man, I'm excited. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, still need to get through P12, but yeah, hopefully we'll see each other in the semis.
Oh, did you not? I'm so sorry. I did not. I meant no disrespect to P12. I did not realize that you have not finished your matchup with them. That's completely on me. Yeah, no, P12 is a fantastic runner, and that has to be, that race needs to be run first. So I apologize for that.
Cool. Well, yeah. Again, GG to both of you guys. Yeah. And I mean, awesome race. Like, only finishing within 30 seconds, right? What's your PB?
PB is it's a low 123, 123.12 maybe, something like that.
Cool.
And that was with a missed baby skip. I've blown a couple 122 paces, so I mean, I'm definitely knocking on the door of some really nice times.
Yeah, without those safeties, I mean, 122 for sure. Honestly,
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
say.
so I felt really good about it. I mean, I think it's obvious for anyone who's watching me that I'm comfortable with the 100% like categories. I had to grind my tail off for any percent all bosses because I have not touched any percent in 8 months, and I knew that was Cash's category. So to beat him and get that win in that one afforded me the opportunity to just completely collapse in 69%, which is definitely a very good category for me, but we're evenly matched. And I'm actually happy that I was able to save GT Max for the third game because I knew that I'd be more comfortable if it went to game 3 with this and the pressure is on, than it was 69%. If I lost at any percent all bosses match up, it's very likely that I would have picked GT Max to try to even it up. But I felt like, okay, we're pretty even in 69%. This is a great opportunity for me to just see how the cards fall, or whatever the expression is, how the chips fall. I don't know. Yeah,
Gotcha.
and it worked out in my favor. It's unfortunate the circumstances by which Cash had to bow out, but there is that back door. It's a double elimination tournament, so nothing is over, and he is absolutely going to give people a heck in that back door.
Definitely. Cool. Yeah. All right then. Good luck to both of you guys. Good luck to kashmod in the redemption bracket. Good luck to you, Professor. Against me, hopefully, or P12. We'll see.
Hopefully,
How it
we'll
goes.
see. We'll see. I'm not rooting for or against anyone, but I certainly would like to get another chance to square off.
Yeah, so I guess you got like a good 2 weeks to check out your opponents, and we'll see how it goes.
That is exactly what I'm going to do. They call me the professor for a reason, right?
Exactly. There we go. Using
Good
your
stuff.
professor skills.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much for the comms, and thanks everyone for participating. It was a lot of fun, and big old GG to Cash for a really, really exciting 3-match race.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys remember to follow the runners, and you can follow me, I guess, if you want. And I guess we'll see you all next mission. Thanks for watching, guys. Great race.